Move is just like repositioning an object from one position to another, right? In the sense that you want to align those objects, right? So now, you all can remember that when we're trying to define what AutoCAD is, we could not remove the part that it is with precision, right? Anything we're doing it. So same thing goes to, move. Any tools you're using here on AutoCAD, it has to be precise. You have to be precise about it. You have to consider precision. All right, so now, can you duplicate this circle? Let's have it to be 2.
Same size.
Yeah, the same thing, just copy. No, just copy, I want you to copy. You can click CO as copy, right? Okay. Enter. You can do your CO and then copy. There's no need of all this. CO, enter, pam, CO, enter, just enter. Then select your object. Select it. Enter again. That's all. So now, okay, copy now. Let's copy now. Yes, just drag it. Yeah. All right. That's okay. So what you just did now, no precision, just freestyle, right? So now, when we are talking about moving or move tools with precision, now we're talking about base point, talking about reference. So look at this, guys. So whenever you're moving an object, right, you can't just, because now we're working on project, you're working on standard drawing. You don't just want to move the drawing, the object. You don't just want to move it from one position to another, but you want to move it with precision. And how do you get that? You want to specify your base point, right? So that's why as soon as you highlight your object for move, the next item that's going to be on your command line, this is your command line here. The next thing that will be in line is asking for base point, that you should specify a base point. So that's where precision now comes in. So let's give it a practice now. So highlight this. So M is a command, it's a shortcut for move, or you click this. So is either you click this or you click your M and enter. Now do that. So you see, specify base point. It's telling you displacement, meaning where do you want to displace it, right? So now, specify here. Click here. Click here. No, here. See my hand here. Yeah. But before you do this, did you pick it from there? From that angle? From that point I say you should pick it?
Yes.
All right. So now join it here. Join it to the top here. To your top here. Yeah. It's already showing you. No. Here, hop here. So it's already showing you that sign. That's a snap point sign, right? So if it's not snapping that way, you make sure that you go and check your snap point and make sure that you click all those snapshots. The snap, yes, that you have to click. All right, so if you don't have it on, you're not going to have it easy this way, right? So you have to make sure that all of this are turned on, before you could actually achieve this. Not everything, but I told you the 4 most important part of it, right? Abby, so you need to put it on. So now you've moved with base point. You see, it's different from when you move just random. Of course, if you want to move randomly, you can still achieve this. But you must have been stressed out before you achieve this. You want to move randomly, you move it, then you now move it from your base point, attach it. So why not just highlight, move, and then specify your base point where you want to, align it with the other object, right? So you already know, you're the one working, you already know that, okay, this is where you want to align it at this top, right? So yeah, and you already know your setup, okay, you already know what you want to draw, right? That it has to look like this, 2 circles has to look like this. That one has to go on top of each other, right? So that means you're picking one from the base point and aligning it with the, top part of this circle. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because you are the only one that knows what you are drawing, right? So now you have it in mind, okay, I want to draw 2 circles on top of each other. To allow me to do that, I want to make sure that I pick from the base point of this first one here and join it to the top of this. So that's where base point is very important. So it's not just moving. right? You want to specify the point you're moving so that you're going to align it to the item you want to move it with. All right, so it doesn't work with just circle, it's cut across all the tools here. Maybe you have a square, you have anything, you have just a line, you can, okay, let's draw a line just to make it more applicable now. Let's draw a line, just drag it there, cool, escape now. All right, so you want to move the center of this circle, you want to align it to this point, this end point of this line. All right, so you have to, first thing you have to notice, or you have to take consideration, is that your snap whatsoever is clicked, right? Your object snap is clicked, right? The center point is clicked, everything is clicked. You don't need to check it all the time, but you already have it in back of your mind, everything is set up, right? So you can now go, then you click this. Don't forget, I said if you want to pick a middle point from a circle, you need to touch it first, right? So hold on. Can you dissociate this line, this circle? It's supposed to be showing us the middle point, but it's not showing us. So just move it somewhere. So you can do random moving now. Don't worry. I know you want to proceed what I just thought. Just move it aside. I said you should dissociate this. So highlight, enter. Yes, then move it aside now. Just move it aside. Cool. So make sure your middle point is, let's see if your middle point is on. Is it on? Let's see from here. So middle point is on, right? Okay, cancel. All right. So just touch, don't click now. So highlight, then move, so what this guy, so this is your center point here, right? Showing your center point. So you have to move it from the center point. Move it from the center point. Oh, yeah. Click it now. So then align it with the center. So move it very close. You don't need to turn off the F8. F8, you don't need to turn it on back. So this is why snap point is very important. Even without your F8, you can still achieve the alignment because your snap point is on. Your middle point, your center line, your center, the middle of your center, everything is on, right? So you don't have to fear that maybe it's not going to align. Because you already have this clicked, that doesn't mean you cannot align your object. Now let's align it. So you see it's restricting you to straight, but you can still achieve it. See, even though you don't even need to make sure that everything goes in well, right? Just move it closer to it. The moment you see it, press it, it's going to snap. That's why they call it snap. You see, you don't need to make sure that everything aligns, like you're visualizing it. Okay, this is where it's the center. You don't need it. As far as you see that small rectangle or any, snap, object snap logo, be it circle, be it square, just pump. When you click it, it's going to align itself. So that's why snap on is very important. You see, so we don't even need to make sure that this is off before you can achieve that. Do you find it interesting? So that's what AutoCAD does. All right, so you are able to achieve. So it's not just about moving randomly. You want to align your object with precision. So with this one now, you can be sure that, okay, this line is going right into the circle and right inside that center. You don't even need to measure. You are sure that it's going inside the center of the circle. Anywhere, anyhow, you are sure that, yes, the line is inside the circle. So that's what move is. All right? So I hope you are able to get what move is now, right? So rather than just moving randomly. All right? Okay, so let's move to the next one. So that's about move. So the next one here is what? Copy. Okay, so which is what we've already done. All right, so copy. Who knows the command for copy? C. I think it's CO, not C. So let's check C. Let's see what C will give us first. Yeah, okay. C. So C is circle actually. So CO is copy. All right, so CO, enter. All right, so same thing goes with copy also. You want to copy with base points, right? You want to copy with precision. Right now, copy this. Copy from any center point, any snap point. Center, you want to move it here also. All right. So copy is just like you are duplicating. We don't need to dwell much on that. Right? Everyone knows what copy is, right? You are duplicating your item. But the difference now is you are not duplicating randomly. You are picking from a specified snap point, be it the center or size of the item you're picking. All right. So have that in mind. So now another addition to copy is, so copy is a little bit, in application is a little bit different from move. Move now, we already talked about, moving with, precision, snap point, moving with, base point and all of that. But copy has, I think, two types of copy now. So we can just copy the way we copied now, right? And we can actually copy with base point. So I will explain to you. It's different from the one we did now. This one is just like, I'll categorize it as you just, freestyle with the base. You pick it here, just like we did for move. You picked it here from your snap point, then you align it here, right? So now there is what we call copy with base point. So let's see how it works. Now, can you highlight this? So do Control, is it Shift C? Or do Control Shift C. Let me see if I can still remember the command though. We'll do it manually. So there's a shortcut. Yeah. So it's Control Shift then copy. So I highlighted this way. Control, which line? Control Shift copy. Then I pick my base point here. The first thing I did was to highlight, right? Did my Control Shift then copy. Right? So I do this. You see the difference? If I want to copy directly, can anybody spot the difference? The first one that Wasil did, you saw how he did it now, right? He copied it and then moved it here. Abi? So see the one I just did now. Control Shift C. Then I pick my base point. What happened? Exactly. It's not taking the object directly. It's as if I didn't do anything. But what I just did now is powerful because the difference is I've already done it. It's in my interface. It's in my, I've already commanded it, in short. So anywhere I need it, all I need to do is just Control V. Okay. Then it's going to bring it, it's going to show me where I picked it from. You see this? So it's going to bring it with the base point. So now I want to specify another Control Shift copy. I want to specify here now, or side. So now I want to bring it back, connect it with this side. You see? So which one is more powerful? Which one do you think is more powerful? So I think it's this also, because the power in it is actually when you are dealing with a whole lot of drawings that contains lines, a lot of lines and all of that, you need it most. Because you don't want to pick, or you don't want to like copy an object and start overing it around all your drawings, right? Because you might actually get lost. While moving it, copying it, it might actually drop to where you don't want it to drop to, right? You might misalign it and you don't want that. So you want to use this one, just copy, and then you might even use this for another drawing, for another type of drawing, another, like you move from this interface, you go to another type of drawing, right? You know what I mean, right? You close this drawing, then you open another drawing. You want to use that same circle in another drawing. You can actually achieve it with this only, but you can't achieve it with that one. So that's another difference again. The copy that Wasi just did is like in-house. What do I mean by in-house? Like it's just within that current drawing. But this one, you can actually use it for another type of drawing. So let's check it now. You see, so I open another, let's do it. So I do Control Shift copy. That's copy with base point. That's what it's called. Copy with base point. Then select my base point here. Then I open another tab of drawing here. Then, right? So you can use it anyway. But the other one, you cannot bring it. You cannot say copy, CO, enter. Say, do you get? So that's another difference.